introduction, recoil operated magazine fed engine. What's up everybody, this is the Mad Swede. Remember last week I posted a video about learning versus training. Today I would like to explore this even further and dig deeper into it. I still firmly believe learning and training go hand in hand. When you learn something, you learn a new trade. You also develop an understanding for why we're doing things in a certain way, such as clearing the firearm. Why are we starting by removing the magazine? Only because we don't want to mix things up and accidentally leave a round in the chamber when we slam our action shut. When you train, you're actually perfecting these skill sets you just picked up. When I earned my degree in education and didactic, which is the art of teaching, we focused a lot on one guy. His name was Burroughs Frederick Skinner, also known as B.F. Skinner. He was an American psychologist and he had this crazy idea about learning. I don't think it was that crazy, I think it made a lot of sense when I read it, but here we go. According to B.F. Skinner, learning is behavior based. And he asked himself two questions. What type of behavior is followed by a pleasant consequence? Number two, what type of behavior is followed by a not so pleasant consequence? His conclusions were, a behavior followed by a pleasant consequence is most likely to be repeated, whilst a behavior followed by a less pleasant consequence is most likely not to be repeated. This whole thing is called operant learning, or conditioning, operant conditioning. I believe operant conditioning can be adapted and utilized into the world of firearms. Imagine we're at the range and we see this huge group of beginners. They're taking their basic firearms class, blah blah, whatever. They just now learn how to clear their firearms. For us, no big deal, huh? Piece of cake. What did I do wrong? What did I do different? I kept my finger on the trigger while checking my chamber. If this was the military, I would have been shooed out for this 5 seconds ago. You kept your finger on the trigger while checking your weapon. Drop down and give me 50. This is not the military though. We're at a shooting range right now. If the local range officer saw this, depending on what type of personality this person is, he would have most likely had a harsh word with him. Me, if I saw this, I wouldn't have yelled or screamed at him or even had a harsh word with this person whatsoever. Since I know this person might be new and maybe uncomfortable, I would have explained to him why he should keep his finger off the trigger at all times. What type of reaction can he cause if he leaves the finger on the trigger? Accidental discharge. I now explain this to this fella And so now he understands it. I just taught him something. Now it's up to him to practice and train on this. Finger off the trigger at all times. This training process may take 100 times, 200 times before you get it right. But that's okay. We're all different. We all have our own unique learning curves. Speaking of which, we're all humans. We all learn something new every day. We never stop learning. So with that said, I do believe B.F. Skinner was up to something. And I don't regret reading his books. Pretty interesting stuff, so. This is the Mad Swede. Be safe, be nice. I see you at the range.